Good afternoon. Thank you for coming here today and this blustery, wintry day in Seattle. The sun is peeking out because we have things to discuss that are of importance to our political future as a city, as a state, and as citizens, participants in this democracy of ours. And the Churchill Society is our think tank that allows us to speak about the big issues, but also to introduce our grassroots politics when we have to reach out to our people. And in this year of 2016, the most important thing we have that pertains to our future is the elections for president and the monumental chance to also elect, a grassroots Congress and a grassroots Senate, because pretty much everybody's up for re-election. So I wanted to share with you my ideas about the state of liberty, the state of our democracy, and the state of our citizenship, because having been exposed to democracy from an early age and being a fighter for democracy as well as environmental rights and social justice, and certainly, the rights of liberty, we have to not forget that the greatest threat to all of those rights is the corruption that is insidious and that seeps into our republic because our elected representatives, they just happen to accumulate so much power that they stop caring and they stop thinking and they don't even make an effort to represent the citizens, but instead they're only interested to lining up their own pockets. As you see, the amazing impact of money in politics, the incredible disadvantage this creates, for the citizens, the lobbyist powers, and in this Washington state, that we are people who are quite advanced in our pursuit of liberty and democracy, it is unfair that we are being represented by people who do not believe in this, and instead they choose to perpetuate corruption. It has come to my attention that corruption is everywhere, and I see it in our financial world, I see it in our business world, I see it in the way, the relations with the security services are, I see it in our university, I see it especially with our elected politicians to Washington, D.C., and I come to ask why. And this why has been answered, perhaps thousands of years ago, in Greece, that's given us the light of democracy. And Aristotle, he simply said that there is clear need in democracy for term limits, and we've seen that working well in Rome. You go to Senate, and after a term, you go back to your farm, to your own job, and you must understand that this is the important thing. So you'll be able to be fresh, and you'll be able to come in contact with the people, so you know the actual needs of the people, and to not surround yourself with lobbyists. We've corrupted this democracy by allowing our elected representatives to be there for life. And you have senators from Washington State being there for 25 years. And the only way they're going to come out of that office is like the Pope. And that's very much not what we want. Last time I checked, this is a democracy. This is not North Korea. And people who go, to Washington, D.C. on our behalf, they should not be like Kim Il-jung or Kim Jong-il or any of those dictators. Because they get money from the lobbyists, that does not mean that they should be guaranteed to be there for a quarter of a century and to absolutely offer no job to anybody, no service to anybody, no leadership. And yes, I understand. These are transactional people. Yes, they do transactions, so the machine goes ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And special interests are very satisfied with that. But we are experiencing a time now in America of grassroots activism. We're experiencing a time of political upheaval because people are not being served. And having said that people are not being served, I will ask you, do you feel that you are being served? Does any one of you here feels that this representative democracy of ours answers our questions for liberty, for democracy, for justice? I see a lot of people who say no. When people shake their hand and they shake their heads and they kind of fully understand that our democracy has become corrupted by the people who choose to go to the other Washington and represent us for a quarter of a century without doing really anything, just being transactional machines for the special interests, for the lobbyists, for the money people, then we know where we have failed. Then we know where corruption has gotten started. Then we know where corruption has gotten root. And like Senator Cato of Rome used to tell us, the cancer of the body politic, the cancer of the republic, is exactly that corruption of the long-term senators in the Senate. I've been disgusted by that. I've been upset. And, you know, when I get upset, I have to do something about it. So my thing, in order to change and support a positive change for all of us, in the light of the circumstances today, is to announce to you that I will be running for the United States Senate on behalf of the wonderful state of Washington and its amazing citizens for these elections of the year 2016. Thank you, God bless you, and Godspeed.